The president's extreme vetting executive order halted by the Ninth Circuit, despite a majority of Americans who believe the order for vetting is appropriate. A Fox News poll shows 56% of voters describe the order as a restriction on people entering the United States from known terrorist hotspots. They believe that is the better way in which to frame it. Only 37% can, of course, support a Muslim ban as a more accurate label. Joining me now, Washington Times opinion editor Charlie Hurd, attorney, political analyst Gayle Trotter. Good to have you both here. Gayle, let's start with General Flynn's resignation. As General Keane pointed out, obviously the result of his own conduct and the consequences therefrom, but it is leaking that is behind it all. And this administration is a sieve right now.
It is, and the resignation part of the story is a big nothing burger. The really meaty part of this story is what is happening with the intelligence community. White Houses have always had to contend with leaks, and any new administration has more because of the holdovers in the civil service bureaucrats.
This looks like subversion to me.
Yes.
I mean, let's just get to it. It looks like the left, whether in league with the intelligence agencies, whether in league with the Dems on Capitol Hill, or the national left-wing media. This looks like an absolute effort to stop, to block, and to subvert seditiously, in my view, this presidency. Right,
and there are a lot of whispers in Washington, D.C. about this having to do with something about the Iran deal, that Michael Flynn was very much against the Iran deal and that information would come out that he knew about the Iran deal. And so whether or not that's true, certainly there's a concerted effort to take him out.
I mean, Charlie, the intelligence community surely have got higher regard for the national interest, national security, than get engaged in that kind of reciprocal madness.
Well, I think that for the vast majority of them, they do, but it just takes a few bad ones. And not only are the leaks coming out of the intelligence community, but they're coming out of the highest levels of the intelligence community. Michael Flynn was taken out by leakers in the intelligence community, by bureaucrats, and obviously a very willing media eager to lap all this stuff up. And you're right, it is a real, genuine national security matter. And the fact that they were successful at no matter what you think of Flynn, the fact that these people were successful at this, should be terrifying, but also raises serious constitutional questions that the president has picked a guy. Again, forget what you think of Mike Flynn one way or the other, but the fact that he has picked him to play this vital role inside the White House, and these people were able to kneecap him in 3 short weeks, that's pretty staggering.
It is staggering, and it raises the question, did the president make a mistake in this? The vice president had, I thought, graciously and generously accepted General Flynn's apology. And the president had an option here. And at that point, when you have an option, then you have to wonder about the staff around him and what role they played. Your thoughts?
Well,
did the president do the only thing, in your judgment, available to him?
No, he could have stuck by his man. He could have said, we're not going to leave anyone behind, and he could have resisted the drumbeat to drill Mike Flynn out of the city. But the truth is the president needs men that he can trust, and so ultimately it's his decision.
And by the way, just so for the record, generals like General Mike Flynn. They have a high regard for him, as you both know. Charlie, you get the deciding vote here on this.
And also a guy who has been a tremendous asset and served his country for his entire life. None of that should be taken away from him. But it is still it is very worrisome to think that the knives come out for a guy like this, and that these unnamed leakers and bureaucrats are able to sort of score this kind of scalp this early. But you know, that said, he did lie to the vice president, and that is a real problem. And I think Donald Trump did the right thing there.
Okay. And now what will be the right thing to do with the White House that right now, 3 weeks in, early days without question, we've got about 30 seconds here. You get to answer this one question. What should the president do in terms of the administration of a White House that right now is having a difficult time moving ahead?
Reince has got to be thinking about the target on his back.
Gayle Trotter, Charlie Hurd, very succinct, don't you think, Charlie?
Extremely.
Thank you both. We
Thank you.
appreciate it.